Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah. Hello, and welcome to your Friday on the KVJ After the Show podcast. Today is National Mimosa Day. I didn't see champagne, it looked like, going into that. What was that?
That's my backstash of Fireball.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Is it National Fireball Day, too?
No.
I am rushing for a sorority.
Oh, you are? Okay. Which one?
Delta Lambda, Lambda.
Lambda. No, you're more of an Omega Mu.
Damn!
I
do when I'm naked.
Wow.
I have a pouch.
We drank all the champagne, Kevin.
Oh, you did?
It's
Okay.
National Mimosa Day, and Rachel was so sweet. She won $1,000 from the radio station, and then she came in and brought us Veuve Clicquot champagne. Like, she went out.
You know what they say when life gives you champagne and it runs out? Make Fireball.
Huh.
Make lemons.
Fuck y'all.
I'm speaking on that higher learning shit.
Yeah, we have Fireball. We have no champagne left.
We do drink
okay.
it.
So we're going to go ahead and kick it up because Fireball definitely has a higher alcohol content than champagne.
I ain't gonna lie, champagne goes quick.
It goes really quick.
And is it kind of, I don't know, man. I kind of felt it quickly.
Because you're
Yeah.
a cheap Dave.
I am a cheap.
You're like me. It hits you quick. Probably because you and I both don't eat breakfast usually. So we got an empty stomach, a little bit of alcohol, and you're like ready to dance or ready to fuck.
Huh.
Whoa. And usually one leads to the other.
I know you were talking earlier this week. Well, I mean, I got nothing to say to all this shit.
Kevin,
I'm just watching you guys.
I'm so sorry.
All he said was, huh.
I'm saying huh to this. I pulled it up and I thought there was something because I remembered you talking this week about antifreeze and would you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought there was some kind of connection with Fireball and antifreeze. And so I just kind of Googled that. And it says Fireball cinnamon whiskey is sometimes mistakenly associated with antifreeze due to the presence of propylene glycol, an ingredient found in both Fireball and some antifreeze formulas.
Oh, no.
While propylene glycol is considered safe at low levels by the FDA, European regulators are stricter, leading to recalls in many European countries of Fireball.
Well, we don't drink it a lot.
Oh, look, I know what I just did. I probably lost a half a day of my life with that one shot. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but you were wanting to know what antifreeze would taste like, and you just, in a sense, you had a cousin of the antifreeze.
And, yeah, I don't love Fireball.
I don't love it either, but I did love it when it first came out, and I talked about it so much on the radio. Everywhere I go, people give me Fireball. Like, it's kind of ridiculous the amount
Overwhelming.
of Fireball that I get gifted. That and Kahlua. Now, I still get down with the Kahlua, but I don't get down with the Fireball as much, but I have so much of it in every fridge I own. If you ever are in an alcohol pinch, I got you. I got some cold Fireball.
It's a shitty taste. I mean, right now, some things dance and it's nice.
Yeah.
That just kind of, I don't know. It wants to just go down and kick you in the dick.
Do you want some moonshine instead?
Fuck.
Because we do
See?
have that. We got sugar tits, Kevin.
Okay.
You want some?
No, I'm good.
Pussy.
No, I'm just responding to a comment. Somebody said, what is going on? This is the same as yesterday. I listen to your station to be entertained, not to listen to the same show that was broadcast already. What the fuck are they talking about?
What are they talking about?
Just like a little glimpse of the audience of the kind of comments that we get. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? We were live today. We were live yesterday.
Don't,
We weren't drinking yesterday at all. We're drinking today. Like, the show sounds drastically different when we're drinking, love.
that could be someone just trying to stir the pot, being
Never
a
know.
dick, because that's what people do.
It doesn't have that essence, though. You know, there's kind of, you can sometimes get the essence of the
Right.
person, and then there's other people who are just like, they're just that
They in the chat room right now?
No, it was a text.
Really?
I already responded.
All right. I'll be looking at that number later.
Yes, we'll be doxing that person later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're just like, wait, what?
Yeah. There's. Fuck that person.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm just well. To me, I'm just confused. I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, what did they think that we did the same at the same time both days?
They took their dick face pills today.
Well, a lot of people do. A lot of people don't even need to take pills. It's just kind of ingrained.
Yeah, and that could be just some clown.
That's true. They
That's
could
what I'm
be
saying.
purposely trying to get your little goat.
Sorry, that's why I was distracted.
Sorry.
Apologize.
We
I do read the comments.
that sometimes it's not a good thing.
You're right.
I've lowered that greatly. You know, a wise witch once told me, "Don't read the comments. Get in the bushes."
Together. Get in the bushes and don't read the comments while you're in there.
I think it's good to keep an eye on things, but I definitely don't think you should read it like a diary because people try to fuck with everybody.
Post and then move along.
Post and ghost.
Post
Carrie
and ghost.
Carrie Bradshaw.
I love it. Carrie Bradshaw?
Post and ghost. Carrie.
Underwood.
No.
Underwhelming?
Carrie Bradshaw.
That's Sex in the City. Pour him another one, bartender.
I think you did. You just fucking gave me moonshine.
Oh, did you? Is that?
Yes.
What is that? It looks like milk.
It's cookies and cream sugar tits. Tell me that doesn't sound delicious.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, their stuff is great. Got some at home. Working on that moonshine.
You know what, though? This sounds oddly familiar. Like a segment we did yesterday. Yeah, bunch of hacks. Are they still texting you?
Yeah.
This son of a bitch.
This
son of a bitch.
Uh-oh, you're going to make his Italian come out.
They said, really? I heard about trash humans 2 days this week. Y'all need to pay attention. We are listening for the code words, which are not being given as they should.
Okay, I got a code word for you.
So sick of the same songs, too. Espresso and Pink Pony Club need to take a break.
Okay, here's my code word. Are you going to text the code word? Because it's...
What's your code word?
Maybe I shouldn't say the code word. Let me take this drink first.
Yeah. Enjoy your time, trash human.
That's a compliment.
I know.
I'm a trash human. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I eat ham in a can.
Shoot that shot.
Just in life. Shoot that shot, y'all.
Always shoot your shot.
Oh, Kevin's. I know that.
Oh,
I know
Kevin's like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
You son of a bitch. How dare you? I am the Kevin Ralston.
Well, if there's one person I'm rooting so much, I pray they don't win. Dear God, the radio gods, please do not let this person win a penny. Don't let him win a fucking penny. Let him enter every fucking time and not win 1 fucking cent from us. I pray to God, the radio gods, please, with all your power, do not let them win.
It's amazing.
You got Kevin cursed.
No, ladies and gentlemen, Dick Uran.
There you go. Ooh, I'm throwing all my booga booga out there that I possibly can.
Yeah.
Ooga booga booga booga.
Yes.
You ain't winning.
Ooga booga booga
That's
booga
it.
booga.
Whatever
You
I
ain't
got to
winning.
do, please, I pray to God you do not win.
You ain't winning.
Gosh, it'd be so nice if I had that kind of power.
You
Right?
don't.
Great.
It's a nice dream.
They're gonna
Yeah,
win.
they're gonna go to New
No,
York.
They're gonna win.
And then as we're like going, hey, congratulations, going to New York. Yeah, can you stop talking about trash humans and playing the same damn songs?
yeah, they'll make a fuck you KVJ video while they're in first class.
Yeah. Ripping on everything.
And honestly, even at that point, that's kind of funny too.
That is kind of funny.
I mean, it's
Can you
funny.
imagine? That's going to be it, yeah.
The biggest hater wins. And then the whole entire trip, they just post videos of them in New York hating on us.
Yes, thanks. On your dime, dick faces. That would be
And we just got to sit and take it.
I mean,
Gosh, that'd be the worst.
Back here in the heat,
Oh, it's terrible.
They're in
Sitting
the-
and stewing.
perfect temperature in
Gosh.
New York City.
oh, I know about sitting and stewing. Oh.
Yeah, and Royal Palm Rachel, she's already back in the chat. She said, yeah, you know they're not bringing champagne or gifts.
no.
No, they're not. They're bringing nothing but heartache.
And tears.
Huh. Yeah. All right.
Even their dog don't like them.
Yeah. Oh, and then they had the balls to come back and ask me what the code word was.
This son of a what?
The code word is suck a dick.
That's like the one time this woman, she said the most despicable things to me and was just hating on me, posting left and right. And I'm like, so what's your beef? She's like, you just are a dumb fuck, blah, blah, blah. You're always trying to be so funny and you're so dumb. And I'm like, well, just look. I was really
It's my charm.
I said, well, if there's anything I can ever do, let me know. And I was being kind of sarcastic. So, well, can I get Dirk's Bentley tickets? I go, are you fucking serious? I go, fuck you. No way, in all caps.
Dirk's Bentley tickets.
She really does it. Well, can't you give me Dirk's Bentley's tickets? No.
It is comical. I mean, we have people, look, a majority, 98% of everybody who listens to KVJ is like Royal Palm Rachel, and they're just amazing people.
Yes.
We love all of you.
Fun.
But that 2% in the stories of the biggest dick face radio listeners, it's unbelievable. Like, you can't even believe the balls on some of these people.
Well, they also hate listen too. They love to
Oh,
hate on
gosh.
us. We all have our own personal haters, but then there's a group that definitely hates us. They just hate us.
But they want that money, so they gotta listen.
Oh, the Denny's will tell me, there's this one woman who always calls, and she goes, hey, I don't really like your show, but what's the contest, and how do I win it? And Denny's always goes, wouldn't you just wanted to say, hello, good morning? Wouldn't that be the first thing you'd say to somebody?
If you were a human.
Say, I don't listen to your show, I don't really like it, but I'm only here for the contest. Oh, there's a good way to get some help from us.
Well, the good news is they're upset with the night show because they're not reading off the code words as well. So it goes all the way through.
That person has a shrine of Kevin Ralston in their closet.
I hope not.
They do.
I hope not. I think they're just kind of that fringe person that they're there for the
I would like
money.
to
I get it.
build a shrine to Kevin Ralston in my closet. That would make me laugh.
I have one.
I have Kevin Ralston magnets all
I know.
over my house.
You almost do have a shrine at your house.
I kind of do. It's all over the place. I think my cleaning lady thinks I'm obsessed with you.
She got me so confused.
She got to be like, what the hell?
Oh, what is that? I got some fun emails today. We were talking about Beat My Beater. Got a couple cars. All the cars I drive are just kind of falling apart, and they've got their little idiosyncrasies, like they won't go into park and you can't get into the driver's side door. Of course, that's the first one to break. On both cars, I got to climb over seats to get in to drive my car away.
With
And it
them
always
legs.
happens when I'm walking out. I always dread too if I'm talking to somebody walking out to the parking lot here, because I think it happened with Virginia one time.
It happened last week with me, and I felt so bad for you.
I'm like, damn it, the door won't open, so I had to climb in. She's looking at me like, God, what a sad son of a
Because
bitch.
you probably always had a cool car, didn't you?
As I'm
she's
getting
got
into
this-
my brand new
Yeah.
2025 Kia,
Yeah.
it's tricked out. It's sweet.
I'm trying to get into some beat up old Volkswagen, the door won't open. And
Doesn't seem right.
I forgot it was brrr, brrr. Yeah.
That is
Sounds like
so-
I got a baseball card in the spokes as I pull away. Michelle said I had an old Chevy car that had a piece of plywood for a grill, and every time I would stop, the water would pour out of it. So I had to carry several jugs of water with me at all times. And then one night, thought we were all cool driving by the movie theater and all the friends and everybody we do in our class was out there, and I stopped right in front. The car makes this loud noise. A huge puff of smoke comes flying out of the hood, and then it wouldn't start. We're stuck, and everybody was just sitting there pointing and laughing the entire time, and we couldn't move or go anywhere.
That's like a movie.
It is. That is the best.
I really do think that was a big reason why I got fired as a teacher assistant. I wasn't great at making copies. Let's get that on the record.
We all know.
All right, but my station, my beat up station wagon, where all the teachers parked, it was in the front of the school, so the kids would walk by, and I probably just acted a little weird. Who knows? It caught on fire in the parking lot.
That's amazing.
And I didn't know. And I guess it was on fire for a good 6 minutes. And then had to make your station wagon. Like, oh my gosh.
It's on fire for 6 minutes.
Yeah. And then the principal called me. He's like, Jay, I don't think this is going to work out. You don't have to come in on Monday. But because it was such a fucking terrible car, I think that fire got me fired.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If that's what put you here, thankful for the fire.
That's right. It's a godsend. That's how you look at it.
Cheers.
I didn't start the fire.
Elise said, even better, I don't remember the kind of car it was, but there was a huge hole in the floorboard. And she said it didn't work, so my sister was only able to go a few blocks to get the car to fully stop. So you had to plan it out. You could never stop where you wanted to. You had to shoot the trajectory later than it was. And then when it slowed to a certain speed, you could then finally stick your feet down through the floorboard to stop it. But you had to get it slow enough that you could start to drag your feet.
You went through shoes like wildfire.
Oh, my gosh. Lydia said, I had a car in the 90s where you had to go over 65 miles per hour in order to get the radio to kick in.
Oh, that's funny.
It wouldn't work unless you did that. Michelle said, I had a station wagon, which was awful, driving a big-ass boat of a car, but I had no windshield. And on top of that, it would put out clouds of smoke.
Oh, my.
I don't know how safe that is going down the road without a windshield.
That is not safe.
And somebody else, Michelle, said, I had an Isuzu Amigo also, like you did, Kev. We would also have to turn the air conditioner off in order to speed up and merge onto the highway.
You can only do so many things at once.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good stuff. We also were talking about the lies that you tell your kids, and Melissa said, yeah, my dad had one of those fake shrunken heads, and he used to tell me that it was my sibling that misbehaved, and that if I didn't listen, the same thing would happen to me.
Oh, my gosh.
There's a fine line between comedy and just downright mental torture.
That is terrible to say to a child.
That's
What the hell is the matter with that dad?
God.
There's a lot of questionable things that parents have done.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, well, he's probably like, it worked though, didn't it? Yeah.
You're scarred for life, but yeah, I guess you're right. It did work.
I mean, aren't we all scarred for life?
I'm just trying to give the least amount of scars possible to my kids.
I hear you. That's what I would always be worried about as a parent with every situation.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because I think I got OCD. I think I would obsess about, did I handle that the right way? Did I just fuck up my kid? Oh shit! And then they go, why is Dad acting so weird? He's talking to himself over and over again.
Yeah. And Drew kind of laying out having the lizard roommate. You're talking about the lizard that seems like it wants to come into your house, Jaybird, and how bad of an idea that was. A couple things that we didn't even touch on was the fact that they are cold-blooded, and lizards will die just from being inside on the AC for too long. You'd have to have a tank and a heating rock for them, like a heating lamp, because they cannot regulate their own body temperature. So that's why you see them sunning themselves during the day.
Oh, very.
So,
I love learning about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a lizard ever just running around your house, you'd have to have water out, you'd have to have food, you'd have to have a place for it to go and warm itself.
So
It was like a heating lamp.
I do wonder, though, are there moments of that lizard where it kind of, when the door opens and that air condition hits, that it's appealing for a second that makes them want to go in there, and then obviously if they could open the knob with their lizard hand, they could go out.
Maybe you should put in a lizard door, like a little cat door.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, no one's doing that.
Train the
not.
lizards to go in and out of it.
Yeah.
No one's. I just feel like lizard training would take up so much of my time.
And it's not going to be a lizard door, it's going to be a rattlesnake door.
And a rat. Yeah, all the work.
A mini burglar.
An arm with a knife.
All the things that not one lizard will ever use it, but
I'll go in there, arm with a knife, slices my Achilles.
All right, never mind.
All right, no.
Let's scratch that.
So you know what? We'll keep this as an outdoor relationship. I didn't sleep that much that day, so I brought up some weird things. I apologize.
It's fine.
And I thought this was good. We had had an email of neighbors that were throwing food over the fence for these dogs, thinking that they needed some treats. And Laura said, my solution is every time he throws food over the fence to feed my dog after I've told him to stop, as soon as the dog shits out that food, even especially if it's diarrhea, I just take it, throw it right back over the fence.
I mean, at that point, yeah, just know you're going war to war. And I don't understand how the police could not shut that down immediately.
Well, they don't want it to escalate. I feel like they would go over there and give him a talking to and say, look, it's going to escalate. And then we're going to be back down here because somebody's going to hurt somebody and one of y'all is going to go to jail. So why don't we stop acting like clown asses and cut it out?
And it's also illegal to throw things in your neighbor's yard. You can't do that. I mean, what is this? 1831?
Even if you say, oh, I'm just feeding the dog, you can't do that.
Okay. Can't do it.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You want some more sugar tits?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
I just...
That cookies and cream, it's going down smooth.
Oh, that cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream.
Making me dream.
I like it in your white limousine. Cookies
Wow.
and cream.
Is that how it goes?
Peaches and cream.
Oh, okay.
Peaches and cream.
I mean,
That's some
Kev.
R&B from the 80s and 90s right there.
Yeah, who did that song? Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and cream.
Was it there was a group that had 3 numbers.
112?
I think it was. Wasn't that 112?
Was it 112?
I think it was.
That is my jam.
Did 112 do Cupid?
I don't know Cupid. I know Peaches and Cream, and that was 112.
Who am I think? Cupid.
I don't remember Cupid.
Oh man, that is such a jam. I wish we could play it and not get kicked off.
Somebody's saying yes, it was.
Oh,
112,
Man, that
yeah.
is my cut. Cupid's such a good.
Okay, I'll check that out
I
today.
would say a post, either a pre-sex song or a post-sex song.
Okay.
You're getting it going.
Yeah.
In the beginning when
All right.
Cupid's playing,
Uh-huh.
or you're cuddling after.
Yeah. Okay.
After you both went to O-Town.
Okay. All right.
Orlando?
I love Orlando.
Yeah, you both would say that, you vanilla fucks.
Stephanie said, been a long time listener, and I was just kind of curious, can we get a breakdown of all the times you guys have been catfished? I know
my
there was
gosh.
one with somebody in the military, but I didn't catch the full story on that. Also, if anyone listening hasn't seen the video of Kevin and V tricking Bird into thinking he won the lottery, I would recommend it. I remember that.
That's an inner catfish. The ones that are outer, those are the ones that are damaging.
Yeah, I just remember really the one time with the girl that we had, and she had thought that she was talking to a guy in the armed services, and I remember how twisted it was that the person who was catfishing her was playing like it was the sister of the guy in the military, and she had formed a relationship with her. And I remember when that all came out, because we even had the girl in the studio.
We did.
We did. She had the balls to come in.
I'm
I
still
couldn't even
friends
believe
with
that.
her. I love her. She's
no.
a sweetheart.
Wait, so the catfisher did not come into.
Oh, the catfisher came
Yeah.
in too.
Yeah.
We don't like the
Right.
That's what
catfisher.
I'm saying. The balls to come in as
I
a
know.
catfisher.
It was unbelievable when it all came down and we found out that she was being because that was before really catfishing was much of a thing.
I
The
know.
show and all that.
Social media was kind of not really on. It wasn't that mainstream.
It was weird how catfishing became a thing, and just I'm like, because I was so. How would your mind even take you there to do everything that you've done?
I think we started catfishing.
It just because anytime you have a chance to scam or mess with somebody, it's an odd thing, and you may not understand it because you don't think that way. But catfishing is an odd mentality to have, and you go, what are they getting out of this? Well, they're getting attention,
Amusement.
they're getting amusement. It's a game.
Yep.
It's their own version of them playing God in a way. So to a certain population out there, that's always going to be there. And social media was really just a opening field for people that were good at doing that.
And
Yeah.
it gives them some kind of purpose too.
It does. It does.
If you're not living a purposeful life and you feel a little bored with how things, I mean, that is spicy.
I mean, there are some weird catfishing stories out there, man. Like I told you about my buddy, he was talking to this girl for the longest time, and they were supposed to meet for the first. Now, of course, he was naive. I'm not saying that he wasn't, but she really and he really believed that she liked him. Valentine's Day, she stood him up, and it was just this big fucking joke, and it was a stranger doing that to him.
Damn.
Yeah, they were supposed to meet for the first time on Valentine's Day. He was so excited, and he's at the table sitting there like an asshole. she never comes, and he found out that she was catfishing him.
Remember when Manti Te'o got
Yeah.
it? He was catfish hard.
He got fucked over because just because you're good at football as a college student does not mean you're a celebrity and needs to have everything. I mean, they fucked him over. I thought the press fucked that guy over bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
I thought he was the sweetest guy.
He was.
That special, there's a special on Netflix all about him and that catfishing whole thing. If y'all haven't seen that, it's the story of Manti Te'o and the catfishing. You really need to watch it. You will fall in love with him and his family. They are such sweet humans. And it breaks your heart to think that somebody could hurt him on that kind of level.
Just because you're naive on certain things in life, have a little grace for that person.
Right.
Amen.
He's doing well now, though. He does football commentary.
Oh,
Maybe on ESPN or something
Good.
like that. He's a good-looking dude, too.
Good for
Good.
him.
Yeah, so he's doing well, which is good to see. And I think now a lot of people have kind of been like, dude, that sucks, man.
Good.
What an emotional roller coaster that must have been for you.
So now he's crushing that cat. Oh, sorry, that was horrible. Oh my God.
What?
Lord, I'm catfishing. Oh my God.
He's crushing that cat.
Okay.
A
meow.
catfish.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Dennis, please edit that out.
No, Dunnies. Beat mix that to a song. We'll call it Crushing That Cat Remix.
Meow, meow, meow. Crush
Meow,
the
meow, meow,
kitty.
crush the cat. Meow, 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 crush the cat.
Kevin, can you give me just a clean meow 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 real quick?
Meow, meow, meow.
All right, we're gonna get a beat mix.
Crush the cat. 2025.
Then we will get a song.
I was watching an Instagram video yesterday, and I was trying to put this together in my memory. Back in 2018, there was a guy named Jonathan Oddie that he went in and shot up a place here in South Florida, and then he started spouting all this stuff about Diddy and being a hired sex slave and all that. Do you remember this story at all, or this guy?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
That's what I thought as well.
Spell his last name.
It is Jonathan Oddi.
O-D-D-I.
Yeah, let me know if anything comes up, because I just saw the video, but they've got video of him after he shot up the joint, and he is talking, and everything. They just dismissed him at the time as, okay, this is just crazy talk.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that now has resurfaced again. And he's like, told y'all. He's the same guy who caused trouble at Trump's golf resort.
That's right. Yeah, in Doral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys want to hear a little bit of the video?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of interesting now listening to it, but it sounded like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. You're like, this guy is nuts. Here's a little bit of what it says in the video.
Exposes him.
Do you know Sean Combs? I had sex with Cassie and Sean, but he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I seen the liquid cocaine up tracking myself.
Jonathan Oddie gained notoriety in 2018 when he allegedly opened fire inside the Trump National Florida Hotel. He reportedly draped an American flag over a lobby counter before firing shots into the ceiling and chandeliers. Oddie was then shot several times by police and taken into custody. He made some wild statements to law enforcement in his interviews, saying he was a slave for Sean Diddy Combs. When Oddie was captured and while being interrogated, he repeatedly asked to talk to the FBI, the Secret Service, CIA, the media. He actually did an interview with the Secret Service and said some bizarre things. He started with saying this about Diddy.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people.
The Boule actually is a real fraternity, also known as Sigma Pi Phi. Oddie says he settled the lawsuit with Combs, but doesn't go into detail.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts.
This is where he starts to create a web of people that he believes are involved in a larger conspiracy.
It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5.
Hillary Rodman.
Okay?
Then Oddie drops a bombshell.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with people and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all. all right?
Not only that, he claims he got STD and then sued.
I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But Mark Garagos and Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible.
He's alleged
Okay, he's basically saying it's a Illuminati type thing that is going deep with, you know who Mark Garagos is, the attorney? You see that guy?
That's I think the Garagos team is working with him still.
Yes. And so he's saying that it's all tied in this whole thing, and that's how Diddy got famous.
Where are you at on yes or no on the belief that the Illuminati exists?
I'm on a likely not. That's where I am on it, because I hear them talk about it, and, you know, what Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these people are supposed to be in it. But I am very curious about it. It's just where I haven't seen any kind of proof yet. And this guy, when you listen to his interview, I can see why they were like, this guy's crazy. And he even kind of sounds a little bit crazy, but now he validates the whole being a sex slave, and they kept me prisoner. I got the herpes. I was banging Cassie, and this was all part of what I was doing. All that's very believable.
Well, I mean, he also could be coming off drugs too, and still, you know, talking about what went down.
But it's still a big leap to go for, and I think that's what they might have to, or it'll be interesting to see if they connect it in this Diddy trial. If they go from it just being sexual encounters to something that's bigger, that has the conspiracies of Diddy was blowing up cars,
the
racketeering, having people killed, the intimidation. Now, I would love it if we got into that stuff.
The fires in California somehow.
Diddy started the fire?
Look, even from prison.
Yeah. So I don't know like how deep it's going to go, but that's the kind of stuff that they're waving out there. Could it be a whole tip into the Illuminati?
Fascinating.
And now if you go back and watch old clips of Making the Band with Danity Kane, you see so many different things that you never would have seen without knowing all the details about Diddy.
Aubrey O'Day is not looking so crazy now, is she?
Well, I feel like they slept together.
Yeah.
And she saw his horrible side. She threatened him, and he goes, "Oh, you're going to threaten Diddy? Yeah, well, here's what I'm going to do." And I think that's where we were at.
She's lucky she's still breathing.
Yeah, I think.
Because I think he probably could have ended her like he probably ended Kim Porter, in my opinion.
Well, because, you know, sometimes when you'll watch something, you go, this is clearly fake, this is reality. And then there's sometimes you go, fuck, they know the cameras are on and they're not acting. This is a real moment. There would be things that would happen during Making the Band that was not fake.
Right.
Because they were having pain. Because they were having sex with each other.
Well, this is what's fascinating when you bring up the Illuminati. This really is starting to almost mirror an Epstein type of thing. I think you get to an Illuminati level if you make connections between an Epstein ring and a Diddy ring, and you realize that maybe there are just pockets of the Illuminati and these people are granted power. You notice sex and all this perversion is at the core of it. And then there are a lot of famous people that are wealthy that are tied in. Now, as I am right now, I believe in these little pockets that run music or movies or whatever. I don't think it's this global network that is all connected.
Not anymore.
But it would be fascinating if you could connect Diddy with Epstein, and then you connect Epstein and this whole thing with something else. So that's kind of where we are.
Look, there's always some kind of an underground of evil going on, even on the dark web, where there are people that are, I don't know if they're funding it or if they are promoting it. They are getting child pornography out there. And there's a whole group that protects people and, you know, do not go on this website. They're going to catch you. And
wow.
I mean, I've seen investigations on it.
They protect the pedophiles.
Well, there's a whole ring of it. And you think there's no way that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, because I've seen where the cops go in there and bust this shit.
Wow.
That's why, to me, getting these rings, that's why I think it's so important to fully expose Epstein, fully expose Diddy, fully expose all these things to get to the core root of it. Is there really an Illuminati where they recruit new power base members and then, in a sense, they bring you in and almost the thing that's so fascinating to me about the Diddy thing is the eyes and how he just seems to flip and turn into a monster. And it's almost like they take these people in, they brainwash them, they have Diddy run a circuit, they have Epstein running a circuit. And then if that all is interconnected with one huge power broker that's sitting in Switzerland running this, then yeah, you do have the Illuminati.
You've talked about it before. You say even still in today's day and age, there are some small towns where it's run by a small group of people,
Yeah.
and if you act up, no one's asking questions and you just disappear.
Yep.
So if that's happening on a small town level, still in modern day time, which is possible, how could something else a little bit bigger not happen?
I think it's because of the size and the scope of it. Now, the story that I had, and it came from a good source, my daughter played softball with a guy that had been in a band, and he was touring around. It was a small West Virginia town, and my family's from West Virginia. I understand how that place works. And it was a guy that was the sheriff, the judge. He ran the business, and he had the big bar in town. And just tell you the story quickly, it was a guy that he had forgiven a debt to, and then he heard that this guy went and shook another guy down and beat his ass because he didn't pay him money. He's like, I forgave your debt, and then you do this to another guy, and he pulled out a gun and shot the guy right between the eyes.
Wow.
Right in front of this dude who was the softball dad. And he was like, we're good, right? And he's like, yeah, we're fine. They took his body, they drug it to the creek that's out behind the bar, and they threw it in the creek, and it just washed away. And that was it.
And then a leg just floated right by Taylor Swift's house.
Yeah. And so that's what he told me. I'm like, I don't completely doubt that, because there are some towns in West Virginia that insulated that you can run the whole thing and that kind of shit can happen.
Yeah.
But the Illuminati, they are connecting in big cities with tons of money. They have the exposure that's there. What was interesting is that Diddy had posted those photos. That's what came out yesterday at that party. And then he deleted them within a day. And it's almost like he knew he posted something he shouldn't have. And they were breaking down all the people that were in those photos. And it's all the power brokers in Hollywood and in music that was in those photos. But was there something there that we just don't quite see yet?
I think the day of reckoning for music is coming. I think you're going to hear a lot of terrible stories in the future when it comes to music from people that you admire, people that you revere. That's going to kind of break your heart,
Look,
unfortunately.
I will sop it all up with a biscuit because I love this kind of stuff. But I am on the side where I vote no, that I don't believe in the Illuminati, but 86% of people watching us right now do.
Wow.
86% of people believe in this Illuminati stuff.
Well, I think, and I think so. It's kind of like saying alien or Martian. I think Illuminati loses its term a little bit. I just think people feel there's something else controlling stuff that they're never going to be able to beat. They're never going to be able to overtake. And they're kind of, just kind of pulling the strings. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Skate to Beach said, there has to be a crossover between Epstein and Diddy. And what was most fascinating with that clip, I know people had a little bit of a hard time hearing it. He mentioned Hillary Rodham Clinton and that she was part of it.
I'm sure she doesn't want her name on that.
Well, no,
It's
because
like
there's your common
wild.
thread. There's your common thread with Epstein, the Clintons.
And if one of
tied
the
into
Clintons
that.
had to be tied into some weird stuff, I really thought it'd be Bill.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm sure he's there with cigars as well.
I think a lot of people feel they're both kind of in it together.
Yes, that would be
it's both
the
of them
consensus.
together.
Yes.
Yeah. So Bill was the one that was doing all the twisted stuff, and Hillary seems more of like she would be the one to pull strings and of that nature.
If you believe that narrative.
It's the kind of thing that would happen in a movie and you wouldn't believe it.
Yes.
You'd be like, okay. But what a fanciful thing. Could you imagine if they did make that connection?
That's crazy.
Look, man, there's no denying when it comes to the arts, the movies, the music. There's been some despicable behavior because it's a sought-out position. So many people want to have the spotlight on them, and a lot of people will do anything for it, and then other people will prey on that. And it just breeds an evil kind of atmosphere. It's hard to stay. It's hard to keep that spirit.
Yeah.
The spirit in check and be successful.
It does.
In entertainment.
It is. Yeah. So who knows? It's going to be fascinating. And where the Diddy trial will go and how deep it'll get, it's going to be fascinating to see. So could you imagine if one day they expose the Illuminati?
Oh my gosh.
It'd be awesome.
And then then the UFOs fly down.
You get Illuminati confirmation, UFO confirmation, Bigfoot confirmation.
UFO 1000%. I think alien. If we get legit proof that there's other life out there and everyone goes, oh shit, there really is, I think that just changes humans' perspective on everything that we've been taught.
Then what's second, Bigfoot or Illuminati?
Bigfoot's easy to kind of explain. Bigfoot could just be an old-timey species that died off. I mean, almost like a giant gorilla type that, back in the day was so large and had human-like ways. I would go aliens first, Illuminati second, and then Bigfoot.
Okay.
Bigfoot's the easiest to explain.
Exposing the Illuminati to me is scary because they're not going to cede that power to us. So if they got exposed, they may be like going, all right, you got us. All right, you guys are all fucked. We run everything.
I mean, Illuminati is big on a human level. Alien is big on such a spiritual
But imagine if the Illuminati stepped from the shadows into the spotlight and said, yeah, we do run it. Now we'll just let you know how much we run it. We control all your lives. Suck it.
Dang, that would suck.
Yeah, right, exactly. So maybe it's best that they do remain in the shadows.
You don't believe in the Illuminati, Virginia?
I don't know. I go back and forth.
Do you believe in Loch Ness Monster?
No.
Jersey Devil?
Isn't that a baseball team?
Mothman.
That was my next.
I knew it was. I know he's going down the list.
Rawson knows all my tells.
Mothman.
I can't play poker with this guy.
I know what card he's throwing next. I get this guy. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. We got more moonshine to drink.
Yes. Woo! Yes. Bartender.
Let me just say this to both of you. I hope you both get a little sugar tit in your mouth this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Hey.
Here, here. Here, here.
Let's get her
I'll
wet.
drink to that. All right, y'all. See you back here on Monday, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. We are doing a KVJ Volunteer Army event. 8:30 a.m. We're going to be at the Mill Lake Plaza on the northwest corner of Lake Worth Road and Military Trail. Going to take 90 minutes cleaning up the road, doing something good for the community. That's what we like to do. So hopefully we'll see you out there tomorrow morning. If not, we'll see you back here on Monday.